it's Adam with Tech Dive AV Club, and we're in Vegas Pro 17, and I want to take this is just a quick FYI about intermediate codecs. So this video is really something that I'm just creating because I want to link it in forums. It might not be super searchable, but it's something I really feel like needs to be talked about. An intermediary codec is a way that you can fix a lot of your problems, and it's a compressionless codec, and let's talk about that for a second. So Vegas is really friendly to you. It lets you do lots of codecs. This is just a random video I've been working on. It lets you do lots of codecs. It lets you throw in codecs directly from cameras. It lets you throw in MP4s and mix them with pictures and mix them with all sorts of different stuff, and you don't have to worry about any of that. You just throw it on and Vegas takes care of it, and it works. But when it does that, what you don't behind the scenes is having to pull some strings about things. Sometimes it's having to resample things. Sometimes it's resampling interlaced footage. Sometimes it's mixing interlaced footage with progressive footage, and it's having to resample some of the footage and not resample other bits of the footage. Another quick example is sometimes you have drop frame timeline stuff mixed with full frame timeline stuff, and Vegas just handles it. It just handles all that. Some of you might be like, I'm really confused. All the things you said, I know it. This is the not fun part of video editing, that kind of stuff. And so they now have different color values and things like that. So something to make it easier on you and easier on the program. And like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you don't necessarily have to do this every single time you edit because it is a big time suck. But let's say you got a big project, right? You got a big 1 hour project you're going to be editing. An hour is the target length. You have several different cameras you've been using, and you're also putting in footage from other things like a documentary. One thing you can do to save yourself a huge headache before you get started is transcode everything. Right, and that's something that's a lost art in video editing, transcoding. And you want to do that by just importing stuff into the timeline, and then you can render as an intermediary codec. You can name it, sort it, whatever you need to do. This is a great time to rename clips and things. But when you do that, you can rename it to these intermediary codecs that are useful for compressionless renders. Now, this isn't designed to be a delivery format, right? A delivery format's like an MP4 that you put on the internet. These are .movs. This is similar to ProRes, but these are the Magix version. And what it is it's something that you can transcode to use for a big project where Vegas is going to be able to view and look at and edit everything the same. And you get a lot of options here too. It starts with the smallest 1080p, and it gets into even larger format. You're going to be selecting what your frame rate is, and you're gonna look for how big you want these files. So if you need them pretty compressionless, 422 is gonna be fine. If you want them extremely compressionless, high quality is gonna be fine. And then extremely big file types, compressionless, you want XQ. This is just how much information you're gonna save and how big your videos are gonna be afterwards. These are not gonna be small video files. This is gonna take up a lot of space in your hard drive, but this is the proper way to do it. When you're editing big projects, transcoding everything to an intermediary codec is the proper way to do it, and I wanted to point that out. And you can pick how much space. I would mainly pick these about space. XQ is the best. And pick something that matches your frame rate, and you want to disable resample too. If you don't have resampling disabled, you can go to your project settings here, and then it will say resample method, and then I have disable resample method, and that unless you're trying to resample some footage for some particular reason, you want this disabled. And that when you render these out, it will. And you also want this in best full when you render it out. And then you'll be rendering out the best high quality footage you can, and you'll have it all ready to drop in your timeline, edit and use, and hopefully even name correctly, where you have a much better time editing large projects. So this could help with crashing, it could help with renders freezing and things like that, but it doesn't have to be done. Don't feel like I'm saying like every single project you have a 2-second project you need to transcode it. I'm not saying that. I don't transcode 99% of the time. But when it's a big deal and you got to spend some time on it, go ahead and transcode. This has been a PSA from Tech Dive AV Club. Thanks for watching. Anything you buy through our affiliates links helps us out. We're going to have more videos on the way. I'll see you next time.